Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. I didn't even make sure. Greetings, 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 greetings. I hope you guys are having a beautiful evening or afternoon or whatever it is. I hope is treating you good. I hope it's treating you good with some love, with some respect. I hope this day is beautiful, is peaceful. You had a good day. You had a peaceful day. I didn't feel like putting on any shirts today because I was in my house. I just finished cooking and I just felt like coming on here. So don't, I know I don't usually come here with no sleeveless shirt, but hey, this is my first time. You know what I mean? Hey, Miss Howard. Um, I want to speak on something that's very simple, something that we don't realize. Hey, Miranda, how are you doing? What's up, Red Robin? Hey, I apologize for yesterday. Yesterday, I lost connection. And so I had to cut off. The connection cut me off. So, hey, hey, hey. I was born in the Caribbean. Hey, Wynette, how we doing? Hey, Tanya. Peaceful day? Good, 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 good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I want to talk on something simple, and this won't really take a lot of time because it's a very simple topic. The topic the name that I give this topic was what you must do so that a man will see your worth. That's the topic. So I didn't put it on IG. What you must do to have a man see or recognize your worth, and this is where the confusion comes in a lot. Okay. Hey, Lewis, how we doing? Hey, Mimi. Hey, Mel. Diani, how we doing? Spencer, Kevon. Let me say hello to everyone. Hey, my dear Yasmin. I am Erica. Lena Horn, how you doing? Tanika, what's up? Giselle, you are giving me some love today. Happy Thursday, by the way. Tomorrow is Friday. I know you all ain't working this weekend, but I don't work. Anyway, so it seems the same to me. Soin Kababa. So I know you calling me drill sergeant, so I'm guessing that he was one of my soldiers. Hey, it's not drill sergeant anymore. See all this here? I'm retired now, man. So hello, listen. So I call again. This one is called "What You Must Do So That a Man Can See Your Worth or Your Value." Okay. Hey, Linda. All right. What you must do to show a man your value. And I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Ruth, I don't know who you are. I don't really accept requests. I don't know who you are. I'm not really. I don't. I have never spoken to you before. Is there is something that you want to tell me? Okay. Okay. Well, good that you were here. Good that you were here. I'm glad. I'm glad that we reconnected from basic training. Oh, Brazil in the house. Mel, Corpus Christi. Okay. In Trinidad. I got you. Good night from Holland. Good night. Hey, Melissa. Find a man that sees his own worth and he will see yours. Listen, that's straight to the point. How do you find a man? How do you show a man your worth? The thing is, a lot of women are trying to force their worth to a man, right? They're trying to force um, their worth to a man. They're trying to do all these extra stuff, say all this extra stuff, prove themselves, prove their worth, and I think you're wasting your damn time. I think I think a lot of women are wasting their time trying to prove your worth. A matter of fact, when you prove your worth to someone and you don't, you begin to lose it. Hey, Yasmina, when you try to prove to of your value, you begin to lose your value because you begin to question your. A matter of fact, if you have to prove somebody of what you are worth or your value, it's because you are not valued by yourself. Because a person who is valued by themselves don't really prove their own values or worth. It comes from their pores. So how do you show somebody? How do you show a man your value? Here's the thing: you don't show somebody your value. A person recognizes their own value and treat you accordingly to their value. This is the thing that people don't understand. A person cannot be shown their own value. I mean, your value. A person is seeing his or her own value and treat you as such. A person only treats you as such as how they treat themselves, how they value themselves. They can only value you according to the way how they value themselves. The problem a lot of us face is that it's not that they don't value you, it's that they don't value themselves. And if you don't value yourself, what the hell does it matter if they value you or not? If you don't value yourself, what the hell is the problem? The issue is not they don't see your worth. So I see another woman on here, especially the woman. Know your worth, queen. Know your worth. You know what your worth is? Are we done with Zoom meetings? We're not done with Zoom meetings. No, 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 no. It's not. Yeah, we're not done with Zoom meetings. It's just been hectic. But no, but you know I got you. You can't show nobody your worth. And I think some of you take so much time and put so much effort and try so hard, and you begin to do the wife duties. The man begin to do his manly duties, his husband duties, wife duties, and it doesn't work because a person can only see what they are. They can only see what they are. They can only see themselves. And when they look at you, they are seeing themselves through you. That's all they are seeing. So they treat you accordingly. A person only treats you accordingly to what they see. Listen, understand this. Understand this one thing, right? When a person looks out, when a person is looking out, what they are seeing is their own minds. They are seeing their own selves because it's the brain that's looking, not the eyes. The eyes only for memory. So when they're looking, yes, the brain is telling the eyes what to look at. So a person can only treat you, a person can only see the value in you as they place on themselves. A lot of you are mad. A lot of you are, begin to lose value on yourself. A lot of you, hey, your favorite nurse, a lot of you lost, a lot of you have issues with who you are and lost faith, you have lost hope, and you're with someone who don't see their value. See, a person who sees their value or a person who values themselves won't be out there just giving themselves away to everybody. Because why? Who does that? Who does that? If you value yourself, why would you be giving yourself away to everyone? You won't. I see a person. See, when you have something of value, you just don't give it away to everyone. You really don't. Especially when it's your body. Especially when it's you. Especially after you have done the work, as you call it, heal. Gain wisdom, gain honor, gain insight. You can just give that away. That's very. That right there is expensive. You just don't give that away. So understand, a person is treating you the same how they treat themselves. And that's basically what it is. So I think a lot of times you are trying so hard to prove your worth that it's not working. It never works. It doesn't work. And you're going to wait and waste and waste time. You're going to spend all your years trying to understand why he or she don't value you, why he or she don't want you. No matter what you do is not enough. It's because some people are only seeing their own selves. It's only when I begin to value myself, I begin to value women. Because I never valued women until I started valuing myself. And it's a very hard thing to explain. I think that women don't have to fight for it compared to men. Just let it happen. I'm tired of being the one who fights. I don't know why you gotta fight. There's nowhere in history that women fight or women fought. Whether it's wars, whether it's anything. There's no way in history that women had to fight for anything. I'm talking about wars and stuff. So why do you fight for anything? You're not supposed to fight. See, that feminine energy is very fragile. And when you stay in it, it's powerful. But when you leave it, it's because you don't understand it. If you got to fight for a man, then you don't understand. Fighting for a man says a lot. It says a whole lot about what you believe about yourself, how you see yourself, how you see the world, how much you trust or don't trust. It's very delicate. I think you have to fight. Why you have to fight for a man? You really don't have to. Oh, am I cutting out? Can you all see me? Messed up. Hey, Faith. YouTube, am I scratching? See me again? I hope I'm not losing connection again, man. None of my daughter be on the video games. So I think my internet be struggling. The most expensive thing is to give yourself out after working hard on your. Yeah, facts. Hey, Kiona, how you doing? Thank you, Lisa. I'm cutting up. Oh man, a little choppy. Hey, I think my kids are on this. My bad. My bad. How can a woman tell when a man values himself, especially if he's a man she just met and has had three conversations with him? Somebody tells you how they value themselves by their boundaries. Somebody tells you the way how they value themselves by the way how they treat themselves, by how they spend their time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Beverly, by how they spend their time. What are they doing with their time? Time is one of the most important things, yet is one of the biggest illusions. You see somebody who value themselves because especially all these years have passed, somebody has to have something that they show for their time. You have to have something that you show for your time. You have to have something. Fitness, whether it's degrees, whether it's money, whether it's things, whether it's that, whether time has to be valuable, but time shows in the wisdom that you have. It shows in your education. What have you been doing with your time? If a person have all this time, right? If a person has all this time, 40 years, 50 years, and nothing to show for it, I'm talking about not just material things, but the time has just been misused and misplaced, that person doesn't value themselves. They really don't. Hey, Resilient, what's up, Leela? They really don't. They can't. So you have to look at what people been doing all their damn lives. What have you been doing? What have you been studying? What have you been gaining? What have you been accumulating? People value themselves. We have to understand. When a man value himself is a man who just don't easily get. See, because I think you all have a misunderstanding about when it comes to men. Hey, Creole, how you doing? I think a lot of you all have a misunderstanding because you all think men would give up their bodies easily. No, we really don't. Some men do. Who don't. Some women and some men do who don't value themselves. You think I'm going out there to give you my stuff for what? And get what back? What am I getting back? Are you crazy? So I think you all misunderstand what a man who is awakened and a man who is sleeping. I think we have misunderstanding in that area. Because I swear that you swear that men are just don't value themselves, and it's not true. Look at what a man do with his time. Look at how he speaks to you. You know he values himself when he values the way how he speaks to you, the way how he values his promises to you. You wouldn't know how he values himself because, again, he's only reflecting from the inside to the outside. See, life is only a reflection. Life is all a reflection. What you feel on the inside, you do on the outside. What you see on the inside, you project on the outside. As within, so without. There's nothing besides if a person always disrespects you and lies and this and abuse you, that person don't value themselves. You just collateral damage. You are just collateral damage. Cast your pearls before swine. Facts. Someone who understands the importance of emotional intelligence. Many of us don't understand what emotional intelligence is either. I had a man say that a woman has to ride because men die during sex and he isn't going to die. What? He is the same guy that wants 50-50 in a relationship. Now, to be honest, I don't think nothing is wrong with 50-50. I don't think anything's wrong with 50-50. I mean, I really don't. And I know this is a discussion that everybody having these days on social media, 50-50. There's nothing wrong with 50-50. Listen, everybody ain't got it like that. Listen, everybody ain't got it like that. We all don't got it like that. And I think we have to understand this. Hey, Lydia, I think you all are looking at social media and thinking that men are going to pay all the bills. Listen, the way how this economy is set up is not realistic. It's not realistic. And you think, see, if a man pays 50-50, it is not because he doesn't value you, probably because all he got. You was raised to build. Maybe that's all he got. See, every man don't have that type of background where he's educated, where he has this knowledge into money and manifesting. But I think the social media generation is expecting men to just, I think many of us live in two eras at the same time. We live in 1950 and 2024 at the same time. We want one, then we want the other. We want our cake and eat it too. We don't want to live the lifestyle of a 1950 woman or man, but we want the certain situations or certain things from the 1950s in 2024. And I think it's causing confusion. I think it's causing confusion. Every man, I just came from Europe. I lived in Europe for 2 years. Well, this last time for 2 years. In Europe, it's different. In Europe, women don't ask men to go 100%. In Europe, they don't. In Europe, everybody pay for their own stuff. Whether you dating, whether you in Europe, it's not just the men alone who's doing that. I think this is an American thing. I really think it's an American thing. I've lived Europe many times. I've lived in Asia. I lived in Korea. I lived because my blessings of being in the military for 20 plus years. I have lived all over this world. When I tell you this is social media, you all don't understand. It's social media, and social media is destroying our entire society. Now, I'm saying if a man has that type of lifestyle and that type of income, I'm sure he doesn't care. I'm sure he doesn't mind. Yeah, in Germany, it's different. I'm telling you, it's different. I think I lived in Germany for 5 years. I lived in Germany for 5 years. It's not so. I think it's an American thing. Make you happy and feeling good. True. Hey, Steph Ball, how you doing? Steph Bell. Everyone wants a captain save them. That's the problem. Women have to be accountable for ourselves. I mean, listen for real. We have to listen. We have to be realistic. I think. I think. Listen, our future generations are going to struggle. Women don't want 50-50. And the way I would make it sound 50-50 is like it's a bad thing. I mean, two people, sometimes it takes two people in a household to build a nice, functional home. I think it takes two people sometimes. Hey, Amanda, I think it takes two people sometimes. Eastern thing too. I think it takes two people sometimes to build. But I'm just saying, man. But I think it's for each individual. It's for each, it's for each household. I don't think somebody should tell you a man should pay all the bills. Well, realistically, that's not where the man is. But the man still loves you. The man still care about you. The man still take care of his family. Sometimes he ain't got that. What's that rules like? We have rules for driving. The same rules are applied all over the U.S. Everyone makes their own rules, or own definitions, and constant changing facts. Yeah. So just saying, man, be careful when it comes to this. I think dating is so hard now. Culture has a lot to do with it. You know what? I agree to. I think dating is becoming I'll say it's hard. I think dating is becoming hard now, especially because I think social media effed it up, man. I think social media. I don't think nobody thinks for themselves. Social media is free with us. You hear me? I think social media is effing with us. They're saying all these things. They're saying everybody coming on here, they're bitter. And you can tell when they're angry and bitter. And when they're bitter, the way how they speak, it's just, oh my God. And that bitterness sounds good. It's that bitterness, it captures your attention. See, the stuff don't capture people's attention. Everybody keeps saying, I'm in a high frequency, but that bitter, angry stuff gets you. But everybody's in a high frequency. Everybody's vibrating high. Everybody on the vibe. But the negative things spread so fast. So it says that everybody who's high ain't really the high. I made a video yesterday, man, and the video is going viral on TikTok. And I think when I talk about these things, it's being misunderstood. It's being misunderstood. And let me tell you exactly what I mean. Let me tell you what I said. Let me tell you what I'm saying. In the video, those spiritual gifts. Actually, I made it on people who have those spiritual gifts. It's hard to mess with somebody who has spiritual gifts. It's very difficult to mess with somebody who can see certain things, who can dream certain things. And it's very hard. It's very because that person sees everything. When you are highly intuitive, you just know things. You dream it, you discern it, you smell it, you taste it, you hear it, you dream it, you just know. I don't know how you know, but you just know. You just got this stuff. But now all of a sudden, everybody got this stuff. Everybody is spiritual. Yeah, that's right. But if we are so spiritual, how come, discernment? Let me say this. Can I say this without you all getting angry? Can I tell you about something? Can I tell you all something before you all get angry? Can I say something before? I don't want you all to get angry for me saying this. Okay? So don't take it personal. Awareness has made it challenging when I want to be around today. I get it too. It says, Yasmin said yes. So I know when Yasmin said yes, I'm good to say. So it's real. Let's just kill this right now. That's a bad word to use on social media, by the way. That's the truth. The spiritual stuff just don't work one way. Let that sink in. Let me let that sink in. Hey Bryce, the spiritual stuff don't just work one way. That's why I'm single, because I'm spiritual. That's why I'm single. That's why it's hard. That's why I'm single. The spiritual discernment don't just work in the bad stuff. People can only see the bad stuff. You can see when he's cheating. You can see when he lied. Can you see somebody who is pure? Can you see when somebody is good for you? Can you see that too? Can you see when somebody is being honest? Can you see somebody before? See, listen, the stuff works both ways. It's two sides, it's two spectrums. But everybody who is spiritual is always the ones who are quick. Oh, I can see when people are lying. I have no friends. I have no one. I'm this and that. It works. I have it. It works for me both ways. Some of your spirituality is broken, and this is not personal. I'm not attacking nobody, but let's be real. Some of your spirituality is broken. You can sense all the pain in this world. You can sense all the hurt, but can you sense happiness? Why can't you sense someone who's happy? Why can't you sense someone who's pure? Why can't you sense someone who is actually in tune with the Creator? Why can't you sense someone who is actually decent? Why do we only? That's why I'm single. I can't, and I hate videos. That's why I don't make them much, because everybody take them videos because everybody becomes spiritual after I make them videos. Everybody is spiritual now. Everybody is spiritual because you know why? That's why I can't find somebody even commented, and I meant to comment on this one, but I was like, you know what? Let me leave them alone. That's why I have no friends. You have no friends because you're what? Why? What do we think spirituality is? Everybody is spiritual. We are all spiritual. There is none who is more spiritual than the other. There is not one who is more spiritual than the next. That's like saying I am more human than you. I can't be more human than you. It's impossible because we are both human enough. So that's why I'm single. I can't find. If you increase your vibration, I don't care how spiritual, what kind of gifts you have, what kind of discernment you have. If you learn to increase your vibration, you look for different things. Seriously, that's stuff out. That's making excuses. If you can see one side and you can't see the next side, if you can see poverty but can't see wealth, if you can see pain but not pleasure, if you can see anger and misery but you can't see joy and happiness, something is off. Your shit is broken. Did I offend anyone? Did I offend anyone? Because I didn't mean to. I said I didn't mean to offend nobody. But let's be real. I think we are this stuff on spirituality. Everybody speaks on the spirituality stuff, and nobody is really understanding it. To be spiritual just means to be a human. We are all spiritual, but to be aware of your spirituality, that's different. To be aware, and that's what we are not aware. We are not conscious. We are not awakened to our pure spiritual self, and that's why we misunderstand this concept. Don't you think that depends whatever can you oh I think you cut off. Get on, carry on. We have to increase our vibration. We see what we focus on. Hey Lucy, we see what we focus on. Maybe if we change our focus, we might see the ones, we might see the ones who are decent. But if you see, it's like this right here. I've met people who have balanced their third eye chakra, whose third eye chakra is open, right? Third eye chakra is open, but the root chakra is messed up. Sacral chakra is messed up. The sacral chakra is messed up. Heart chakra is gone. So if you balance this, it doesn't matter if you can see. Listen, let me explain this to you guys, right? Let me explain this to you guys because I think we are messing with this up. Can I explain this to you guys? And I know it's not just about dating, but it has to do with dating. See, I am not really a dating coach. I'm an energy consultant. But energy works in every area of your life. Energy works in all aspects. It works, the same energy is in money. The same energy is in relationships. The same energy is in discernment. The same energy is in love. The same energy is in peace, happiness, joy, anger, resentment. Is the same energy. He's only one. There's only one God, one energy, one connection, one baptism, just one. It's the same energy. But can we let me explain this to you guys. Let me explain this. Energy first, right? Energy. Look at yourself as a tree. In this universal aspect of energy, energy first starts out at the bottom and travels upwards. Okay? Energy starts at the bottom and travels upwards. Whether it's a tree, whether it's a human, whether it's anything. Energy starts at the base. Like, for instance, energy in a tree goes to the roots first and it travels up the tree to the branches, to the fruits. That's why the fruits are last, right? It travels upwards. That's why the fruits are last. If it wasn't like that, if you started higher first, the fruits will be first and the root will be last. But no, it starts at the root and it goes up. So when it comes to a human being, you listen, check this out. When it comes to a human being, exactly, I am. When it comes to a human being, I want you to understand energy for, and I know some of you, I don't believe this kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to change your belief system. It is perfectly fine. I ain't trying to convince nobody. I'm just talking. I'm just trying to look at myself. So just eavesdrop a bit. Just eavesdrop for the next 2 minutes. When it comes to a human being, we have all these chakras. We have over 120 something chakras, but we have 7 basic ones, major ones. First is the root, the sacral, then the solar plexus, then the heart. So we have the root down here, this sacral, solar plexus, heart, third chakra, third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. Steven, that's where approximately they are located. If energy starts down and your stuff is off, let's say your stuff. Thank you, Miranda. I like you a lot. I like you a whole lot. I like you a whole lot. If energy starts up, if you open your third eye chakra, because everybody wants their third eye chakra to be open, because you can see things, you can hear things, everybody's so spiritual. If energy starts here, but if you still have childhood trauma, all the insecurities, if you ain't dealt with your sexual addiction, if you ain't dealt with your sexual energy, if you ain't dealt with who you think you are, your confidence, your self-esteem, if you ain't dealt with love, if you still abandoned on the inside, listen, that energy is traveling up. First, you're still not safe because your root chakra is off. You're not financially stable. You're not safe. You're not sexually stable. You're still dealing with sexual abuse from 28 years ago. As the energy travels up, understand what it's doing. As it travels up, you ever want to hear this? Because I don't want to confuse nobody. I don't want to confuse nobody. As the energy travels up, it's being filtered based on how you see life. If you see life as effed up, If you see life as misery and anger and resistance, if you see life as hateful and sad and emotional, the energy is moving up. When it comes up to your heart receives the energy not like how it started. It's like telling somebody a secret in a room. Have you ever played the game? Have you ever played the game? Have you ever played a game when you have like 10 people and you tell them a secret very quickly, one time, and they pass the secret on and on, and by the time the secret ends, is a whole different message, is a whole complete different message. The message is completely different. Well, guess what? By the time the energy starts at your root chakra and it travels up to your third eye chakra, you know what you are seeing? A complete different energy, a complete different message, a complete different experience. And that's what you need to understand. So a lot of us, that's why our spirituality, we can only discern the negative. Does that make sense? We can only discern who cheating and who lying, but can you discern who's the honest ones? Can you discern the loving ones? Can you discern the good ones, the decent ones, the kind ones, the ones who are gonna have your back, the ones who are gonna love you to death? Can you discern those ones? If not, your shit is broken. If not, your stuff is broken. You're right with the Lord. Your stuff is broken. By the time the energy reach up to your third eye chakra, your stuff is gone. That's why if you don't feel safe and if you're not feeling free, by the time energy reaches up to your heart wants to love, but the energy is reading it wrong. Because your energy is still read in your chakra. Don't love because you're gonna get hurt. Everybody's gonna hurt you. Everybody's gonna hurt you. Everybody will leave you because your stuff is still, the energy is still red. That's why some of us, we are so hurt right now. And tell me if this makes sense. We are so hurt that everybody looks the same. We don't know who to trust. Everybody has the same energy. So we say, you know what? I don't want nobody. I don't want nothing. I don't want no part of it. I don't want none of it. Everybody stay away from me. I've isolated myself. I'm done with everybody. I don't trust nobody. I don't like nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't love nobody. I don't want to be around nobody. Tell me if that makes sense. Be honest. Hey, Eva, what's up, snowflakes? I have to miss this live, but hello and good. I've learned to discern the harmful and the kind humans now. It's good to have the balance. The speed of the energy center spinning helps move the energy flow. Any blockage will slow the process. Sometimes they can reverse, and then you start to see the world as all bad. Yes, I can discern and feel the energy very quickly. I don't need much time with them. Everybody can feel you, right? That's all we really are. Everybody can feel everybody's energy. Everybody can feel it. It's not a gift to feel people's energy. That's what we are. We are energy. It's just what we are. But when you can, but when you can only feel as you consider the negative energy, but you can't feel the good higher frequency, when you can't pick it out, something is broken. Something is off. So that's why I don't like making those kind of videos. Because people misunderstand that concept. I don't mean it in a shallow way. Yes, it would be a little bit more difficult when somebody who's spiritually inclined to meet people. Do you know what? Do you know why I don't mind meeting people? Or you know how I don't mind relationships? As we all are spiritual, but being a spiritually aware person, you know how this works for me? Let me tell you how it works for me. Thank you, Creole Fire. Tell you how this works for me. I let people be. I just let people be. Hey, Kelly, I just learned to let people be. Let people be. I don't care how high you think you are. I don't care how high in the spiritual food chain you think you are. Everybody think that I don't like nobody. I don't have no friends. I don't got this. That's toxic. This life is for connection. This life is to connect. It's to relate to every human. That's why we have a relationship chart. It's to relate to everyone. And the reason why you can't relate to people is because the truth is you cannot relate to yourself because some parts of yourself, you haven't solved it yet. You haven't healed it yet. So when you try to relate to someone else who haven't healed there. You turn back into the shit. You get encouraged. I mean, you get discouraged. You get hurt. You get. It's you. It's you. It's nobody else but you. Because everybody is you. There's no different. Listen, I don't care how stupid you are. We are all the same. It's the same. We are the same person. You just at different stages. When you look at Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Rules, First, Second Samuel, First, Second Kings, Chronicles, Esther, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentation, Ezekiel, Jonah. These things are stages of you. It's just stages. That's all they are. It's as you grow. First, you was Adam and Eve. You was innocent. You was a baby. Then you get all the information. Then you get trapped in slavery of who you think you are. That's Moses you became because you thought you was this. The world fed you a lie and you believed it. And now God is saying, hey, set my people free. So now you're trying to come out of that damn place. But every time you try to come out, you go back because the stuff don't look familiar. So you in that whole process of the Exodus stage. Listen, this is all stages. It's all you. It's only about you. This life is just you. There's nobody else but you. The reason why you think that you are too spiritual to be with people, to be around people, to have friends with people, to connect to people, is because you're afraid. Because you're afraid. Why can't I? And what Christ did, didn't just Christ be around all them damn crooks and criminals? He didn't set nobody, well, you have low frequency, so I can't be around you. Who does that? You wanted to don't flatter yourselves. That's not who I'm talking to. Stop flattering your damn selves. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? So that's why I'm single. That's not why you're single. Cut that shit out. That's not why you're single, boo-boo. That is not why you are single. That is not why you are single. You are single because you still don't get it. That's what it is. Exactly, America. Be you single because it's not because you're too spiritual, it's because you're using your spirituality to judge. See, judgment will F with you. See, judgment is the absence of love. But everything that we do is judge. Well, can you believe people still do that? They do. And so, when it's their time to wake up, like how it was your time to wake your ass up, they will wake up. But you can't rush nobody. Listen, their seed ain't planted as much, same as yours. Every seed. Listen, the elephant and the dog got pregnant at the same time. The dog gave birth, and how long it takes a dog to give birth? Does anybody know how long it takes a dog to give birth? Is it a couple months? You a lot, Novi? How long it takes a dog to give birth? Does anybody know? I don't know exactly. I don't have any dogs, but it was only a couple months, right? Two months. 63 days. Thank you, Erica. 63 days. 2 months. Now, can you tell me how long it takes an elephant to give birth? An elephant takes about almost 2 years. It takes 18 to 22 months for a damn elephant to give birth. The dog and the elephant was pregnant at the same time. The dog gave birth. And he's like, damn, you still pregnant? I'm faster than you. I'm quicker than you. I got here first. The elephant says, if you know what I carry, you shut your mouth. When I give birth, the whole world knows. The entire planet feels me. Everybody sees what I give birth to. Only one. You give birth to 5, 6, 7. We have to understand. See, a lot of times, man, the problem is just because we think that we are awakened, We judge people who still sleeping. Let people sleep in peace. They don't bother you. Why are you so annoyed? Why are you so easily annoyed? And yet you're so spiritual? Why are you so easily angered? Why are you so easily offended? Why do their presence bother you so much? Why? Because you are not where you think you are. You know, there was a story, and I say the story all the time. I say the same story. I don't give new stories. I give the same damn stories. So don't expect to hear a new story from me. I don't give different. I give the same story. You realize the more you learn, the less you know. Facts. The story is there was this man, and I know you all heard this story, but if you heard it, then good for you. Hear it again. Hear it twice. Two is better than three. One. Okay, thank you. The story was this man. There was this wise guru. He lived in the city. And this guru, everybody in the town, or he lived in the town, and everybody in the town paid him every single month for teachings. Everybody gave him a donation every month to keep them knowledgeable, to keep that wisdom flowing. There was this one man, this one old man, very hard to deal with, very angry, very miserable, very combative, very just argumentative, very abrasive. And everybody hated him. Everybody hated him. He annoyed everybody in the city. When they went to draw water from the wells, he was always there, messing with everybody. Finally, the old man got tired of everybody hated him, and he moved. He moved to a different location, and everybody was so happy. Everybody was so happy. When the wise man found out that he moved, he went and go look for him. He found him in a city far away and paid him so much money to come back and live in that same town. He paid him. The only person that the wise man paid was that one grumpy old man. When everybody found out why he came back, they were so angry. They told the wise man, "Why did you bring him?" The wise man said, "How do you know how far you have come without these, without adversity, without the resistance? How do you know? How do you become better without? How do you know who you are without that? How do you think you became this? How can you grow without?" And finally, they got it. They got it. They're like, "Huh, that makes sense." The wheat and the thorn shall grow together. True or false? You don't want to separate yourself too damn much. And you learn to be separated so much that when you come back to the land, you don't know how to act. That separation gives you anxiety now. You can't deal with people. You can't deal with God's creation. Why? Because you think that you are higher than thou. And you know what? God could deal with you, but I can't because I am too high. And that's the sadness. See, this is the thing about spiritual people. And the spiritual, everybody thinks to be spiritual means anything. To be spiritual simply means to be you. That's all it means. That's all it means. It just means to be who you are. It's you. You are already spiritual. You can't be more spiritual than you can't be more human. The mango seed can't be more of a mango seed than if the mango seed can't be more seed than the other mango seed. The apple seed can't be more seed than the next seed. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You are taking so when you talk, I can't. You know, one of the best things to do is to let people be and so that you can see the beauty in them. Some of you are the first sign. All right, Kelly, you be easy. The first sign. I said, the first sign I'm gone. Where you running to? That's why Jesus was so offensive to people. He made them realize that they had pain. Yeah, what? Where are you running to? The first sign of this, you can never. Then who are you gonna? He said, I'm telling you, well, I'm not I'm not the average man or woman that comes on here and tell you to go and leave that person quick because this and that. I'm the person who tells you you ought to doing this wrong. See, was that? I'm the man who telling you you ought to doing this a little wrong. You ought to thinking something. I think I'm very aware, but I let people be. You have to let people be. You have to let people be so that you can see the beauty in them. If you judge too quickly, you can't give the love that you are. That's why many people don't know you and they don't recognize you because what you are doing, you are giving judgment. If we learn to let people be, we'll find love easily. If we learn to let people be, we will find love so damn easy. I will never go in a relationship at my age of 47. It is not appropriate at my age. 47, if you think 47 is old, something is wrong. At 47, there's going to be a time, there's going to be a time, there's going to be a time, I think it's going to be a time for us. I think that, there's going to be a time when we're going to realize at the age of 70, 75 that we have nothing, that we have nothing. I see my mom, man. I see my mother when all her kids go around with their spouses and their kids and their all of our families go and celebrate my mom's birthday. My mom is 72 years old, 71. And I can see the way how she lights up. She has a husband, she has her children, her grandchildren, her great grandchildren around her, and you can't tell that woman nothing. You hear me? You can't tell that woman nothing. Because you get to a stage when you realize, even me at 43 years old, 44, I realize how important family is, man. I never wanted this that I have now. I never thought about having this as I have now. But I have it and I was like, oh my God, what the hell was wrong with me? This is the most beautiful, man, to have people around you to encourage you. I think the problem is that when we were young, we chose crap. I think we chose some trash. Because when a person has been loved, you, you will never hear them say, I don't need no one. I promise you, boo boo. If a person has had someone who loved them, boy, that person, listen, no, you will, oh, I don't need a man. I don't need a woman. It's life that was just, that man would all, man, listen, let me keep a woman right here. When a woman had a man who takes care of her, not just financially, but in all ways, he shows up, making sure everything she needs. If she can't have it, he will go to the ends of the earth. You will never say, I don't need one, because that's what we are created to do. We are relationship people. We all connects. We all are one. We are all one. I don't want you all to think. I think social media and fear is destroying us, and he loves your soul. I think social media and fear is been with us. And it got to a point where fear won. Fear has won. Fear has it took it. If your choices are based off of fear, check this out. Then it's not choices, it's results. Let me say that again. If your choosing is based on fear, then it's not choosing. Actually, that's not a choice at all. That's just your fear resulting in what you have. And I want that to sink in deep. I want that to sink in really deep. I want that to sink in deep. Ain't nothing wrong with being single. Ain't nothing wrong with having a person being married. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But if the reason behind it is based on fear, then you're not. It's not a. It's not a choice. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense or not? Does that not make sense? Poverty. If the reason for poverty is because you don't know any better, then it's not a choice. It's a result. Does that make sense? That is true. Stress from past trauma. Facts, live. I want us to understand, man. Many of us we are living in fear. Here's the difference about somebody who walks by faith and who walks by fear. The person who walks by faith knows that they're gonna fall, but they understand they're gonna be okay. A person who walks by fear know that they're gonna fall, but they don't trust that they're gonna be okay. The difference. They think that that's gonna be it. If you only know it's a switch of a damn switch. If you only understand it's only a switch of a perspective switch, you might get it. You see, when you know you, nothing is scary. Nothing is scary. What's up, Poochie? How we doing? When you know you, nothing is scary because you know no matter what, I'm gonna come out of this good. I think we like to suffer. I think we like to suffer. I think we just like to suffer. Everything makes us suffer. Oh my God. The food is too hot. Oh my God. The food is too cold. Oh my God. I don't have any kids. Oh my God. I have kids. Oh, they're so bad. I'm single. Oh, I can't believe I'm single. I'm lonely. You have somebody. Oh, I took all my time. Oh my God. God. I'm hungry. Oh, I'm full. Oh, my stomach. Every damn thing you suffer from. Everything causes suffering when a person is already suffering. But when a person is free, it's raining. Oh, it's is that it's hot. Oh, it's so hot. Oh my, what do you want? The sun is so hot. Oh my God. But it's too cold in the winter. And everything causes suffering. A person who is free indeed. You know what it is to be free? It means no matter what happens, no matter what season, it's unconditional. See, free is unconditional. No matter what season, no matter what mood, no matter what happens in Africa, what happens in Europe, what happens in Israel, no matter what, that person is free. Whether they're single or married, whether they're on the toilet or not, whether they're hungry. I remember one day I was very hungry. Somebody was like, dude, I would be so pissed if they won't let me eat. I said, why would you be pissed? It's just hunger. You never been hungry before? Yeah, but man, when I get hungry, I get so angry. Why? And we call that emotional intelligence. That sounds like emotional stupidity to me. Ain't it? Thank you, Shelly. Thank you. Why do you get angry when you're hungry? That just makes it worse. That just drops your vibration. See, hunger don't drop your vibration. The anger does. So just because you're hungry, you're gonna be mad because you haven't eaten. It's just don't worry. You're gonna eat. That's not emotional intelligence. That's just suffering. Right. So you're not mad. Mad at what? Mad for what? Jesus, get up. Relax. You don't have to suffer. I remember when I just was I was in Estonia for 2 years in Estonia, and I remember I want my whole purpose in life. My whole purpose was to experience all emotions and experience it all weather and all temperature. And I wanted to just experience it, no rush to change it. I just want to experience it so that I get used to it, so that when I'm in that mood or that place, nothing, my behaviors doesn't change. So one thing that I used to do, I used to take my kids to school in the freezing winter because it's cold in Estonia. It's freezing cold in Estonia. It's cold. It borders Russia. So it's freezing and it stays cold all damn year. And one of my things that I did, hey Saint, I took my kids to school and I walked back in the freezing cold. And I don't really wear jackets. I wear hoodies. On the walk, I wouldn't run and I wouldn't speed up. I would walk at a certain pace, and if it was cool outside, because I wanted to experience the cold without fighting it, without being angry or annoyed. And people are like, dude, you don't have a car? Yeah, I have a car. See, allow yourself to be in all your emotions and see what you are doing in your emotions. See, some of you all hate to be in certain emotions because when you're in this emotion, you suffer. I'm angry. Oh my God. You don't have to be. Thank you, Resilient. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You don't have to be angry. Like chill out, relax. Even if you're angry, you ain't got to suffer your anger. Do you have that? Hey, unknown. You don't have to suffer your anger. You ain't got to suffer your loneliness. You ain't got to suffer anything. It's just emotions. It's just emotions, and we all have them. Is there anybody on there who never got angry? I get angry. I just understand the power of anger, so I don't hold on to it. We have to understand. We have to understand what we are doing. That's it. And when I see from Florida, I couldn't do my evening walks if it were 60 degrees without a coat. Now I can walk at 25 degrees with it. Well, I'm telling you, Steve, we have to train ourselves to be in all emotions so that when them emotions come naturally, we're going to be okay. We can say, okay, that's all right. Some of you all get lonely. Damn, you act out. Some of you get horny. Have you ever practiced being horny and do nothing with it? Have you all? I bet you all have it. When you are horny, you gotta do something. Oh, I'm so horny. What's wrong with being horny anyways? Well, I ain't got nobody. It's horny. Need somebody. Why? The reason why we suffer is because we don't allow ourselves to go through things. We want to get rescued instantly. We always want the savior. We are ready to get rescued. That's why we suffer. So we don't experience all things. You don't experience the stuff. Learn to experience. As a matter of fact, I want the next time when you experience hunger, just to smile and say, Kirk said, why am I angry? That's it. I want my name to be in your head. The next time you're horny, for no that I want your mind to say, Kirk says, why am I gonna be mad because I'm horny? My body craves attention like sex. It craves food too. When I'm getting, when I'm hungry, but then again, some of you I get angry when you're hungry too. You don't have to be angry because you're horny. And angry as me. I'm just saying you have to, it's called discipline. We want to get rescued from the stuff. But I would observe his feelings as if it wasn't his. He was aware that he was having a feeling. That's exactly what it is. We don't have the awareness that we're even having the emotion in the first place because we are so in tune with the damn emotion. We and the emotion has become one. We are intertwined with the emotion. That's why we don't know the difference. You and your emotions are two different things. There's two different entities. There's the emotion and there is you. You don't have to wrap yourself around the emotion and act it out. This is what I want to tell you all. It is not true that many people say that's why I'm single. This is the that's why I'm single generation. Thank you, Shay. That's why I'm single. A matter of fact, let's stop saying that too. That's why I'm single. That's not why you're single. That's not why you're single. It's not because men are this or women are this. It's not because that. Please. It's not that. Your single has nothing to do with men or women. There's an abundance. See, if you believe in the creator, you understand that there's an abundance of all things. See, if you have a scarcity mindset where there's not enough, you're single because of your own thinking. See, you're single because you think that you have options. You're single because you have all these choices. I remember the story. Again, another story y'all heard before. And if you all heard it before and you all heard me say it before, you'll be all right. Hey, Cynthia, it's okay to hear the story twice. Maybe you might click this time. I know I said the story on here before. There was a donkey. The donkey was hungry, and his master served him an option of two piles of hay. When the donkey looked at both piles, he had to choose one. That was story that ain't I? And as the donkey looked at the both piles, they both looked delicious. They both look identical. They both look the same. And as the donkey tried to figure out which one to eat, yeah, such a Libra. Still a joke. Took a whole to eat because he wanted to pick the right one. He wanted to pick the exact right one that was best for his stomach. And as he waited to pick, the donkey died of starvation because the donkey didn't want to pick the wrong one. He had to pick the right one. He only wanted the right one. But if it wasn't the right one, he didn't want it. So the donkey fall over and died. While his master said, I just fed you. Why you listen? I don't know how you all took that story. I don't know how you all took that story. The thing is, if you can be free on the inside, you can allow people themselves and still love them. You can just, I think we're making this into a bigger deal than it really is. The thing is, we are afraid of getting hurt. We are afraid. Mia, I just saw a message, but it got deleted. I don't know why. How you doing, Mia? I didn't see what you said. Can you see? Can you type it again? Hey, Blondie, how you doing? Seriously, that story happened, Lucy? No, why you told me? I told you that story. I told it to you, right? Listen, I'm telling you, we have an abundance of all things, but the human being, since you have choices, you don't know. Has somebody ever asked you what you wanted to eat, and you just had so many options that you just didn't know what to choose, and you was hungry and hungry and hungry? Have you ever been at home with your person or your friend trying to figure out what to eat, and the longer you figure it out, the more hungry you get, but you couldn't figure it out, and the more hungry you get, and it took so ever to figure it out. Next thing you know, you are just like, let me just pick some, let me eat some cereal because I don't. Let me just let me eat some cornflakes. Damn. That's what we're doing in relationships. We have all this in abundance. Listen, I don't care what you all say. I think we cannot deal with people. We can't deal with people because we don't have any like we're so easily anchored. My husband that way with watch on TV. I'm telling you. God told me that he prayed for someone like me, but when I came into his life, he decided he didn't want me because he had better options than those other women took all his damn monies. Make him convert to me. I'm telling you, we have too many options, man. So why you always happy? What options do you want me to have? I don't have options. You have options on me happy? I don't have any. We give ourselves too many options, and you can't select from your options because you are giving yourself too many options. You are waiting until the last minute to choose. That's what many of us are doing. That's what many of us are doing right now because we think we have to choose the best one. You don't. You really don't. You ain't got to choose the best of anything. You have to have faith that no matter what happens, you are perfectly fine. See, everybody is worried about wasting time. I don't want to waste my time. How do you even waste time? The time ain't yours. You don't have it to begin with. It's an illusion. And if you live every moment, no matter what you who you're living with, what you're doing, if you live every moment and being grateful in every moment, you're gonna be okay. You can't waste time even if you try. You can't even waste time even if you try. What are you wasting time doing? Because you don't want to be there? If you live your life fully, you're gonna be all right. It ain't that hard. So this crap with that's why I'm single, cut that shit out. That's not why you're single. It's not because of no man or no woman. It's an abundance. It's an abundance. The reason why you can't see it because your eyes are only focused on the less thans. That's all you can see. And if you can only see the less thans, it means you are a less than too. Can somebody say amen? You can only see where you are focused on. And what you are focused on is your own frequency. You can only see your frequency because your frequency is what is where you are at eye to eye with. We can only see what you are focused on straight on. But if you can only see trash, if you only see less than, think about it. And those are real options. Social media is creating it. They are. When you think that we gotta pick this and pick that, we don't know what we're gonna get, no matter what, no matter who we choose. Can you honestly know who you're gonna get, no matter who you choose? Honestly, know who you're gonna get? No, you don't. But you know what you have. Ain't that deep? Ain't that deep, man? Ain't that deep? You all know that's deep. You all know what. You all know that's deep. I don't care who you choose. The man in church, the woman in church, the pastor, the deacon, the elder. You can teach. You can pick the teacher, the scientist, the doctor. I don't care who you pick. You never can know what you have. I don't care how high your frequency is. I don't care what your frequency is on. You cannot know because it's a mystery. That's the beautiful part of life. Somebody asked me the other day, somebody bugged me the hell out yesterday. Kirk, I wanted to give you a reading. Ma'am, a reading for what? I want to read you. Read what? I want to read you and tell you about your love life and your financial life. Ma'am, I'm the one who live it. How do you tell me when I'm the one who is living it every day? When I can give you a better. How can you tell me? You don't understand these things. How can you tell me more? Tell me when I'm the one who is intentionally living it. Just that happened. So you don't want to read it? Ma'am, no thank you. But I want to give it to you. And she even told me, she put some cards and a picture said, pick a card. Pick a card for what? Because I want to tell you about it, ma'am. I don't want to know about your cards. Why can't you I said, if you are so spiritual, why are you bothering me? Why are you forcing something on me? I'm telling you, I don't want it. That's like me trying to tell you, listen, I'm telling you how to go to heaven. And I'm forcing heaven on you. No, relax. Leave that stuff alone. You could let me go about my life. Why is my ancestors in my business telling you my business? I said, ma'am, why is my ancestor? Well, ancestors are telling me something about you. Why are they telling you my business? I got some messy ass ancestors. Tell my ancestors, I say, tell my ancestors this. To mind Sad man. Mind your business. So tell me, my, I'm telling you about your love life. Man, I don't want to know about my love. Are you single? God, I think you're single too. Listen, man. What if a man tells you that he wants to marry you, but he's already in a relationship with another woman and says all the time that he wants to have multiple wives? How should I deal with that? That's on you. If you want, if you want to, if you want a man who has multiple wives, that's on you. But first thing first, he wants to have multiple wives. Just ask him this. Let me talk to your wife first to see if she agrees. And if she agrees, I'll do it. See what he says. I bet you're gonna be like, well, no, 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 she don't know. Then you don't want multiple wives. You want to cheat. Seriously. No, this is advice now. If the man say he want multiple wives, he should already know it. That means that should already be a okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, right? Baby, I want two wives. You're gonna be with my first wife? All right. So if you say, okay, you want multiple wives, okay, let me talk to your wife first, just to make sure we're on the same picture. On the same page. Well, hold on, wait. If he says no, then no, disregard, dump the dude, stop talking to the guy. The guy's wasting your time. See, if you don't allow people to waste your time, you can't come back and say this is what men are. If you allow a man to waste your time because you have emotional feelings for this man, you can't come back 2 years later after you wasted your 2 years' time and say, well, that's just how men are. That's not men are. The one that wasted your time, that's how he is. You give people the opportunity to waste your time, they're going to do it. You can't blame people for you giving them your time. And when you are there, feeling it, seeing it, experiencing it, smelling it, tasting it, living it, you can't blame them for wasting your time because you give them permission. You can't give somebody permission and then be mad when they took it. So I'm just saying, be careful with that. But first and first, ask them. Let me talk to your wife first. Being with the same man since I was 19, we were broke students here at 37, married, two kids. We were both imperfect, but we know and trust each other. We support each other's ups, downs, and high and low. Yeah, that's what it is. I remember when I met my lady 10 years ago, 11, 9 years ago, 8 years ago. I don't remember. 9 years ago. And I was broke too. I was so broke. And one day, she was broke too. I remember she gave me 200 bucks. I said, nah, I can't take it. But damn, I wish I could. 200 bucks. The gesture was so beautiful. But I had a huge ego. And now she ain't got to touch her pocket. She ain't to. Because I knew she was there when I was broke. I tell you, this, gee, when we meet these people, I think we expect to meet fully functional people our way that we think that they should be. And I'm sorry, I don't care how functional somebody is. I remember somebody told me, Kirk, I want a spiritual man like you. No, you don't. I promise you, no, you don't. What do you mean? I said, you don't want a man like me. But you are so awakened. I know, right? But you're not. And you won't understand me. Because when I tell you I need my own space, when I tell you I need my daughter is the only one that comes in my space when I say I want my space. My little 5-year-old, because she don't really understand boundaries yet. Nobody else comes in my space but my little 5-year-old daughter. But you ask anybody bothers me? Nobody bothers me. Nobody checks on me. Nobody tracks me. Nobody chases me. We have to know. We have to let people be themselves. And we have to learn to accept people. We have to learn to accept. I think it's becoming hard because we don't want to accept. We don't want to give people chances. We think that people should come 100% how we think that they should come. And if they don't come that way, I can't deal with you. Ah, Kirk, I want a conscious man like you. No, you don't. No, you don't. You really don't. Somebody asked me a long time ago, I don't understand. I mean, not jealous. Jealous of what? Oh, that was what you wanted me to get jealous? I let the jealous thing go long. See, I left jealousy a long time ago. I don't understand why you're not jealous because I'm so like, you don't care. I say I care, but jealousy is not something that I experience much. And if I have to experience jealousy, I'd rather walk away because I don't want to be jealous. I don't want to have to carry the frequency. I used to be jealous. Now, no. See, that's gonna mess with your head. It's gonna mess with you. It's gonna chew you up. When you see the man responds differently to different things, not what your ex responded to, because what he responded to is not what I respond to. It's different. It's different. But I just want to be the only woman for my man. I don't want to have to share him with another woman. Then what are you thinking about? If that's what you want, then what are you thinking about that? Why is that even a thought? Stand your boundaries. If you don't want to share your man, as you call it, then don't entertain it. Because if you meet a man with another woman, see, when a man tells you I have a woman, there should be no more conversation. There should be no more conversation. It should be all right, thank you. It shouldn't be, well, we've been talking for 4 months. No, I don't care how long we've been talking. Thank you so much. We've been talking for, so now I can't just leave you. Yes, you can. Because you're an adult and we make hard decisions. Do I have any adults on there who hasn't had to make a hard decision before? Who didn't make tough decisions? As an adult, don't have to make tough decisions, no matter what they feel. I'm sure we do. Like when you're sick and have to go to work, I bet you're gonna make. Damn, if I don't go to work, this is gonna be rough. I can't eat. Damn, that's what adults do. But it's hard. It's not hard. It's just you are attached too much to one side of the equation. You are too attached to one side of the equation. Jump on the other side and see the truth. Hey, SR, it's good for you to be here. In a large amount of time alone. I don't mind my own company. If you can't handle being alone, that's the first sign you don't like yourself. Man, listen, I'm telling you, they don't want the spiritual man because you will see all the nonsense from a mile away. But you know what, though? To be honest, man, you don't look for anything. Maybe in a spiritually aware man, I don't look for anything because we all have things in us. I don't look for anything. I don't look for anything because nothing bothers me anyways. I don't look for, listen, when I tell you I don't look for anything, I don't see anything. I don't look for it. I don't care about it. Whatever you have is yours. For me to know is, even though I can tell certain things, it's okay. I don't need to know. It's not because, see, we have to learn to enjoy and seize the moment, seize the day. Carpe diem, right? Seize the day. Everybody looking for shit. You can't seize the day. Just from you on how to let go of fear and fall in love again after having an abusive. Someone said, we want a live from you on how to let go of fear and fall in love again after having an abusive relationship in the past. That's a very popular thing. How to let go of fear and fall in love. Here's the thing about love. Here's the thing about love. Love is not something that you fall in. If you don't have love on the inside, you will fall in some shit and call it love, right? See, when you don't operate in the frequency, see, love is a frequency, just like everything else. Love is a frequency. If you are not in the frequency, it looks scary when you get there. You see, when you climbing up a ladder, when you look down and you see how high you get scared. But when you're up and you're not looking down, you see everything that's up there. You see everything that's up where you're at. So when you are high, you see people who are in the same plane as you. You don't see anybody else who's on the ground because your focus shifts. Your attention shifts. But you have to be in that frequency already. The reason why love is scary is because we're not in a frequency. So when we see how high we become, oh shit, I can fall and break myself. But when you are used to flying a plane, you see, why do you think pilots don't mind being up in the sky? Because they're so used to being up there. It's you who's scared who stay on the ground. It's you who's scared to go up high. So when you go up high, you can't wait to land. See, love is a frequency, just a frequency. But the thing about love is this. I wrote a note. You want to hear the note I wrote yesterday? I didn't write notes, right? Let me tell you a note I wrote yesterday. Maybe I don't. What did I write? Shoot, maybe I didn't write it down. The scary thing about love is this. Let me explain this love to you like this, right? Let me explain love to you like this. Number one, it's not being loved that makes you feel good. Do you remember that? It is not being loved that makes you feel special. What makes you is loving. So a gift. And when you bless somebody with a gift, it's two different feelings. See, the gift is in the giving. Yeah, the receiving too is a gift. But having to give is the real blessing. Same as love. The thing about love is this. You cannot expect a paycheck without going to work because the paycheck is your work. It's just you give one side of the energy, and your company gives you the other side. It's the same frequency. You get paid for what you do. It's the same frequency. But you don't get paid first. You must give your time. You must go to work, just like love. You must love first before you are loved because it's the same damn love. The thing about it that we don't understand is that it's only your love that comes back to you. Whose head did that go over? Do you thank your boss for your paycheck? No, that's yours. Ain't it? Isn't it? Aren't it? Amen? Hallelujah? No. Did it go over our heads? Did it go over our heads? Seriously. Did that go too high over our heads? You don't have to tell your boss thank you for your paycheck. That's what you owed. You are owed that paycheck because it's your work that you get back in return. Just like love. Just like love. It's your own love that comes back to you. It's your own love that comes back to you. So if you are not loving, you can't be loved. Many of us will think that the gift is somebody who's loving us. And like I say all the time, if you ever went to the gas station to fill your car up by yourself, you will see all the men who love you. You will see all the dudes at the gas station who love you. Do you feel special? It's the bars. Seriously. When all the men at the gas station say, oh, baby, I love you. Do you feel special? I bet you don't. I bet you don't. You know when you do you know when you feel special? Let me tell you when you feel special. When you love. Shit. Boy, when you love, they can't touch you, can they? Boy, what? When you love, they can't touch you. When you love, you feel so damn high. You eat, sleep. Think about this. It's when you do it. It's not when you get it. It's when you give it. Understand that is the basis of love. You must be brave. Now, check this out. Many of us are distracted because somebody did something with their own body. Somebody took their peepees and touched somebody else's peepee with their peepee, and now you're mad. Why I found that funny. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. I just found out. I don't know why I laugh at that. Seriously. So our distraction is this. Somebody took their peepees, right? Their peepees that God gave them, that they have a free will to do and to use. They took their peepees and touched. So, Grandma, you said the things are right. They put their peepees when somebody else's peepee. And you can't stand it. You hated it. Oh my God. I can't believe you used your peepee that you was given at birth. I know that I say it out loud. You see how ridiculous it sounds? Can't control inside of you. You can't. And that distracted you so much. Because why do I have love? When your love leaves, you're the one suffering, not them. If I stop loving you, who suffers, me or you? Well, let's think about it. If I don't love anymore, who suffers? Me or the world? Let's think. Because what is love? Love is this inspiration. Love is this something that you experience, something that you experience. It's something that you experience. You don't want to experience a feeling. You experience your thoughts change, your vibration change, your feelings change, your view of life change, your perspective changes, the way how you communicate with the creator, with nature changes, the way how you speak to God change, you feel so closer to it's your experiences. So why should I stop? Because you use your pee with someone else. You sure? I tried. Tell you, why should I stop that beautiful experience that's happening within me? Because you use your pee. But why should I stop that beautiful experience? See, this is why we must be emotional intelligence. Emotionally intelligent. Because we stop the process because somebody don't feel good. We stop this beautiful process because somebody ain't doing something. We stop this beautiful process that's happening within us because we are distracted. And when you stop this process, understand what you're gonna give. It's gonna turn back to you. See, when you stop the love, you have a whole bunch of crap. You have anxiety, you have depression, you have resentment, you have anger, you have bitterness, and what you carry is what comes back to you. So now you're having a double portion of that crap. The thing about love is this, right? This fear that we have, the fear of love, is the fear of you understanding the process. You don't know yourself because to know yourself is to love thyself. And love only happens within. That's what you call self-love. Even though self-love don't exist, what you are experiencing is love that's on the inside that you see that you give the same love to the outside. Listen, what's on the inside must be the same thing that's on the outside. You cannot have two different states. What's within is the same thing that's what's without. If you carry it, you must give it. I can't be black on the inside and be white on the outside. It just don't work like that. My blood don't is not red on the inside, but yet when it comes out is oh actually I think that's not true. It must be the same as the inside as the outside. You all are stop loving because you don't understand what happened in the process of love. You don't understand that's who you are. You don't understand. You don't understand that it was all you. It was your experience. It was your love. It was your experience. It was your thoughts. It was your love. It was your moment. Time. It was your love. You cannot feel my love even if you try. You cannot feel your partner's love. You cannot feel their love. Their love is for them to experience. It's you. You felt your love. You climbed that ladder and you got scared when you looked down. When you looked down, you got scared. See, when you got into that love, you got scared because what if I stop? What if he leaves? What if he goes? What if he stops? What if she leaves? What if she cheats? What if she did? You begin to question your own stuff. It's the difference. Love and let be. My experience of love ain't got nothing to do with my lady. But she gotta be this and this. No, it don't matter who was in that position. It don't matter who I put in that position as my woman. The love will be the same. What I would do for her, I would do for anybody who was in that position. It's not based on who it is and where it is and where it's coming from. It's based on me. It's your love. How can what you experience on the inside be taken for granted? Okay, somebody asks, what if my unconditional love was taken for granted? Can I explain that to you? Just said this. Love cannot be taken for granted because you are the only one experiencing it. Do you understand? It is your experience of it. You're the one who feels it. You're the one who feels closer to God. You are the one who gets in a better communion with the Creator. You are the one who thinks, whose thoughts change. You are the one whose body feels aligned. You are the one who heals faster. You are the one whose body comes back to normal. It's your experience. How can your experience of love be taken for granted from somebody on the outside? It's impossible. It is impossible. It cannot happen because it's your experience of love is yours. Nobody can take it. I know. It's a different type of teaching. I get it. It's a different type of teaching. We're not used to this type of stuff. We're not used to this information. Your love cannot be taken for granted. It's impossible because it's your experience. How does what I see and what I feel be taken for granted by somebody else? I don't care what they take. That's their business. I don't care what they see. I don't care what they do. It's not theirs. They have their own shit to deal with. I will. They have their own creepy experience to deal with. That's their problem. That's not mine. When I give you love, you take it how you want it. I'll save it. But if it's not saved on IG, it's gonna be on YouTube. Okay? To believe one thing when it's not true. Listen, I'm telling you, especially about their life, the person who's cheating at that point is the one who's acting like they own the other person. We have to understand, man. This is our. So can you not be vulnerable to ill intent? I understand that the ego is still involved. The ego is still involved. I get it. It hurts. But without being vulnerable, love don't exist. To be love or to love is to you have to be vulnerable. To love is to be completely involved, not attached, but completely involved. To love, because to experience the fullness of it, you have to be completely involved. You have to submerge and emerge. You got to go your head, toes and head all in it to experience it for real. The beauty of it. But understand, with love is freedom too. You must set people free. Yes, your feelings gonna be hurt sometimes. Even listen, whether you love or not, your feelings hurt. I don't know why people think to experience love on their own selves is a bad thing. Why should I have to come through to make you love? Check this out. Why do I have to be here to make you do something that burn your own flame? That ignites your own fire? Why should I have to be there to do that for you? Why do I Why does somebody have to be there for you to experience that high frequency, that loving experience, that mm, beauty, that peace, that communion with the Creator, or as you call it, God, that pleasurous experience where my body and my mind and my spirit and my emotions are just pleasurous, pleasurable, full of pleasure. Why should somebody have to be there for that? See, when that is there first, see, when that experience is there first, to love someone else is so simple. See, when the experience is not there, to love somebody is very difficult. Hey, Liz. See, when somebody is not there to love, see, when that love is not there to love you, is very difficult because my love is dependent on your behaviors. My love must be dependent on your actions and your behaviors and your the way how you do me. And you talk to me in your love language and you gotta talk to me this and do that. And then I might say, okay, I love you. That shit is toxic. See, when love happens naturally within you, to love you is just a part of you. It's an extension of you. To love you is very simple. If I have a kind spirit, can I ask you a question? If I have a kind spirit, if I have a very kind spirit, does it matter what you are for me to be kind to you? Seriously. If I have a kind, pure spirit, am I only kind to a specific person or group of people? Or am I just generally kind? To be kind to you, do I have to try hard to be kind to you? Think about it. Think about this. Because I think we think love is something that is not. If I'm a very kind hearted person, when I go to the restaurant with my waiter or my waitress, wouldn't I be kind without wanting anything back in return? If I meet a homeless person, ain't I kind to the janitor? Ain't I kind to the janitor? The same way I'm kind to the boss? Because that's naturally what you are. Your kindness don't get hurt. It's just that you all are you all expect people. See, if you become the result of what somebody else is, then you ain't shit. Why should my kindness hurt because somebody is not the kind? Why do I always want someone to be like how I am? Why can't I choose to be what I am without anything? Why can't I choose that? Why can't I be this without expectation of you being that? Why can't I open your door and you not tell me thank you and I'm being okay? Why can't I open your door? Why can't I be me without you having to be me too? I have me. Me is enough. I don't need no extra. I don't need you to be like me, to talk like, think like me. Me is enough. And when we understand this, then I don't get hurt for being kind. I don't get hurt for loving. I don't get hurt taking things personal. We are taking it to personal. We think that people should love the way how we love. No, they shouldn't. You have a fear of romance, and you don't have a fear of love. How do you get rid of the fear of romance? Let me tell you, it's not. It's the same thing. It's the same issue. Listen, let me ask you a question, right? Do you think people should have, hey Lily, do you think you have a reason to love? Do you love your kids because of any specific reason? Did God say to love because? Did Christ say to love because? Love is not a reason. There's no reason to love. Understand both sides. Fear is the same thing. You don't fear something specific. Fear is just fear. Fear appears in all areas of your life. It's not fear of romance. It's not fear of love. It's not fear of being alone. Fear is not a cause. Fear is a result. You listen. You don't have a reason to fear. You just fear. Period. I need you to understand it. So it's not fear of romance. It's not fear. You are trying to make differences. It's just fear. Here's the thing. If you know, if I know that I am perfectly fine, I am going to be perfectly fine. It's going to end perfectly fine. Everything will be fine. Doesn't matter what I go through. Will fear be there? No. You want it. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that. My favorite person. Oh, girl, don't let me blush. Thank you. I appreciate that. I want you to think about what I just said. Understand what I just said. If I know I'm going to be good, no matter what, if I know I'm going to be protected, safe, good, peaceful, happy, do you think it care? Do you think it matters what I do? Do you think fear is there? No. See, fear is the unknown of yourself. That's what fear is. It's not unknown. It's not fear of this, fear of being left, fear of being loved, fear of this, fear of them leaving. Fear is not knowing the ignorance of yourself. That's all fear really is. That's all fear is. It's ignorance of it. When you know yourself, what's to fear? Someone said, when you know God, what do you have to fear? In what the book said? When you have, who should you fear? What I'm saying is, if knowledge of myself, knowing that I'm going to be good, I'm going to be healed regardless, I'm going to be happy regardless, I'm going to be peaceful regardless, then why would I have fear of love and fear of this and fear of that? Does it matter what I go through? Doesn't matter what I go through. Please understand what I'm saying. Please, it's a lot deeper than you say it is. It's a lot deeper than you have heard before. There is no fear when you know thyself. This is why you know thyself. So when you know thyself, you don't fear all this crap because you know in the end, I know who I am. I'm going to be perfectly fine. I'm good. The only reason why you are fear is because you think in the end. See, the thing is, fear comes from death. Do you know this? Do you understand this? Fear comes from death. See, you think after death, you don't know what's going to happen. So you have all this fear of death. Well, fear is the death of your ego, right? Because now when you don't know what's next, the ego, you don't know what you are. Have you ever been in a new situation in the wilderness and you don't know what the hell you was doing? You don't know what the hell you was doing. You don't know what the hell you was at. You don't know what the hell you was going on. And your ego was like, I don't shit, who the hell am I? Oh shoot. Go back to somewhere that you know. Go back to something that you know. Go back to him. Go back to her. Go back to the same country that you just came from. Go back to your city. Because the ego needs something to live off of. That's why. That's why. That's why you are so afraid of death. See, all fear is death of the ego, death of you being wrong or right, death of an idea, death of, yo, my belief is going to change. Oh my God, what? It's just death. That's all fear is about, is death. It's not fear of romance. It's not fear of love. It's not fear. It's not this different. It's fear. You don't know thyself. So you don't know how you're going to handle shit. See, I remember when I went to Iraq my first time. I had no idea how to handle Iraq or how to handle combat or how to handle when the enemy comes. I had no idea. So I was so fearful. I had no idea how to shoot somebody for real. When I went to Iraq, and I'm not saying that I did because that's not the forum for this. I'm not. I had no idea. I don't know how I'm gonna. How do I kill another man? Oh shoot! I did combat. Listen. I was deployed 5 times. I'm a 5-time combat vet. You don't understand the fear that I had. But when I began to learn, the fear disappeared. I mean, yet still, there was still, fear, but overall, because once I knew myself, what's the fear? See, some of you all just don't understand. Some of you all get hurt. Oh my God, I'm hurt. Oh, shit. Grow up. It's a part of the game. It makes you get motivated to choose better. Is it on another level? I said, I'm done, bro, man. I'm hurt. Okay, you're not hurt. You do perfectly fine. You're just distracted. You wake your ass up. You be all right. You're not hurt. You, like when you tell your son and your daughter, or your son playing a game or playing football, and get your ass up. Back in the game. Your damn game. What's wrong with you? Brush that shit off. Go back in the game, boy. What's wrong with you? I'm trying. You gotta cry. Listen, just because you cry, it don't mean that you gotta stop. Listen, you don't cry and stop. You're gonna cry anyway, so just keep. Why cry and stop? Just cry and keep going. Because if you cry and you stop, you stop. But if you cry and you keep going, you might still win. So don't cry and stop. Get your last up. Go back and cry. Cry in the game. Some of y'all want to get out of the game and cry and then be miserable because now you forgot now the game and pass you by. That's why we're miserable. We get out the game. What you get out the game for? Just have to let someone go because I found out that he was married after 1 year of dating. I learned now to trust my inner voice. I suspected something, or that he probably was dating another. Yeah. But I wasn't expecting marriage. I happy that he never committed to one another. We have to just relax. Okay, so let me ask you the question, right? So what if you get hurt? That means you won't walk again. What if you walk and then you broke your foot? What does that mean? That you won't walk again? Y'all be using as y'all be we be using too many excuses, man. We use too many excuses for everything. I remember I remember when I broke my stuff. See my foot right there? I broke this stuff a couple years ago. See my bone sticking out? Look, see my bone? See this right here? Bro, gone! That thing was gone. I don't even know if I can see it. That was my foot. I was doing something in the gym. I was teaching a class, right? I was teaching a class, right? Look, I was teaching a class in the gym. Look, I was teaching a class. Bam! The screaming was so loud. See my bone right there? See it? See my bone sticking out? Do you all see it? I got it. Listen, I got it on video. Look, for some of you all who watching. Look, I was teaching the class and I was showing them some moves at the end, and bam, broke my stuff. See my bone sticking out? See it right there? See it? You think I stopped working out? You think I said, "Oh, no more for me"? Shoot. So what if you hurt? What? God dang it. You all act like being hurt is the end of all. You know how much life you have? You know what? You know how much God you have in you? Greater is he that is in you. I don't know why you are so afraid. A person who's afraid to die cannot live fully. You can't live fully because you are walking too carefully. You are walking by small steps. You can't take full steps. Your stride is too short. There's no enjoyment of life. A man who is walking because they want to walk, I don't care what happens. I'm going to walk anyways. You all are too afraid to get hurt. If you don't get hurt, you don't grow. I don't know why you are so scared to get hurt. You think I stopped working out? Look at me. Do I look like I stopped? A matter of fact, the crazy thing is, the crazy thing is, 2 months after when I did some healing on my own self, because I do energy healing, I went to the gym and I did some deadlift. This is 2 months after. My foot was completely broken. I had like 7 or 8 screws and plates in my. It's still there too. I went to the gym again and I went to do some deadlift. And look, I don't know if I can see. See these screws? I broke my foot again twice. See the screws that's broken? See the screws that's broke? See the one? This screw came out and this screw broke, and I broke my foot again. Honey, you all can't see how. Yeah, you see, see how this. Man, yeah, see how the screw is broken? 2 months later, you ought to be scared to get hurt. What you scared of? After I broke it again, I did surgery again on my foot again. In 2 weeks, I was running. I was still in the army. I was running sprint. I was full sprint. My guy's talking about, so Hazel, you know what? We can't keep up. Why can't you keep up? I just broke my stuff twice. You tell me that you can't keep up? What is wrong with you? What you getting hurt for? It's like babies. A baby don't even. You see how a baby is like a daredevil? They don't need healing. Come on, man. Seriously. Something as strict. You relationship. You all should stop. Stop stepping. When you get fired from one job, do you all hurt? Are you all hurt so much? I don't want to work again because if I get fired again, I can't take it. No, you kept you ass another job. Why are we so fearful? Because you know why? Because the reason is because you cannot love first. See, love for you is a result of meeting someone. For me, love happens first, and then I meet people. So when people leave, my love that I had first stays. See, the problem is when the people go, your love goes because when you met them, they brought the love because it's the only love that you experience. That's the difference. See, when I met you, I was already there. If you go, I'm still there because you didn't bring it, so you can't take it. That's the key. See, that's $1 million lesson right there that you wanted to learn. You don't have to pay me for the lesson. If you have it first, if you have it first, if you experience this first, if you can be high in this first, meeting somebody is very simple because you don't have to be scared of them going. Matter of fact, you could learn to be cool as hell. So when you have it first, you cool as hell. You ain't chasing nobody. Chasing out for what? For my experience? This is my experience of love. This is my experience. I can't chase you. I already have it. I'm not chasing you. I already have it. All I'm doing is sharing it with you. So if you go, I just mean I'm not sharing it in the bowl. You was never my source of love. My source of love was the creator. Can I tell you something? Human being is not your source of love. A matter of fact, let me tell you again. Human beings is not your source of love. Maybe let me say it again. Humans are not the source of your love. Your source of love is the creator. It was there before we came. So therefore it's not us. We came last. We came here last. Human beings came here last. Hell, even the animals had it. But why are you also afraid to lose it from people? Why are you also afraid to get rid of it? Why are you also afraid to, he took my love with me? How the hell does somebody take your love? Why do you give it up in the first place? Because you're selfish. Because you want what you want, how you want it, when you want it, and if you can't, I don't want nothing. That's the selfish part. But this is not the kind of information that you are listening to. Yeah. People fear rejection, so they don't want to they don't want to this dang thing. They don't want to display love first. If you don't love first, love don't come back. Remember, it's only your love that comes back. So if you don't love, what do you get? Can you all finish this sentence? Can you all finish this sentence? Can you all finish this quote? What goes out? How do you finish that? What goes out? Somebody tell me. What's the next couple words? What's the next couple words? What goes out comes must come back. Must come back. You can't change the laws. And the laws is for everyone. You can't change the law. That's a law. What goes out must come back. People, if you don't love first, what the hell is coming back? What goes around? How do you finish that one? What goes around? You reap what you. Sam, you're trying to find ways around the laws and it's working. You are trying to find ways around the law so that you can be protected, but it's whooping your ass because you have no protection. You're open. You cannot find a way around it. The law is the law for every one of us the same. It must come back. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. What you give is what you get. Does it say what you get is what you give? Does it? Have you ever heard it being put as what you get is what you give, or what you give is what you get? Which one? You're all trying to find a way around this stuff. There's no way around it. You can't be scared. You ever heard scared money don't make the money? You're not afraid to be hurt. How are you gonna be hurt with your own love? It's your stuff that you're messing with. It's your gamble. You can't lose it. It's a gamble that you can't lose. You can't lose. You can't lose it. I often say the same thing every single time. If I place my hand on your hand, what do you feel? Do you feel my hand? If I place my hand on your hand, what do you feel? Do you feel my hand or your hand? Which one do you feel? Hey, Miss Poole. How you doing, Tanika? How are you doing? Oh, no, seriously. If I place my hand on your hand, whose hand do you feel? Have you ever think about it before? You feel my hand? You can't feel my hand. You cannot feel my hand. It's impossible. You only feel your hand. You feel the sensation. You don't feel my hand. You feel your hand. You can't. It's impossible to feel my hand. It's impossible to feel my hand. If I put my hand on you, you cannot feel my hand. You can only feel yours. It's two different worlds. If Mercury and Jupiter collide, does Mercury feel Jupiter pain? No. Mercury feels the collision. But only Jupiter feels Jupiter, and Mercury or whatever feels Mercury. You can only feel you. You can't feel me. You have enough. See, that's the problem. See, we are so entangled into our emotions and you can only feel your hand. You can't feel mine. You feel a sensation in your hand. You feel a sensation in your hand. But you can't feel my hand. Only I feel my hand. You can't feel my hand. Your love, only you feel your love. You can't feel your love. It's yours. It's your experience of it. This is you. I have my own. Why do I have to feel yours? Your love that you feel, it was always your love that you experienced. It was only your love that you experienced. It's all yours that you ever experienced, and you went to get rid of it. Makes no sense, does it? It was your love that you experienced. You didn't know this. We don't teach this in school. We don't teach this in school. Lord, it's crazy, isn't it? It's you. It was always yours. Don't stop it because somebody is using their PPs on somebody else. Ah, I'm telling you, the sensory stimulation can make an amputee feel a phantom missing limb. So Kirk, I'm telling you, it's only yours that you feel. So all these years we've been struggling with our own love, being afraid to lose our own love because we don't know how to interject our own love in our own lives. We only use our own love when somebody comes. We only this is what we do, man. This is what we do. We hold love hostage in our hearts, and we only release it when we think somebody is worthy for having it. So we are never worthy of our own love because we don't release it. We hold it on. We hold it hostage. It's the sin. That's the sin right there. That's the sin. That is the sin. That's how we sin. Person feel about us the way we perceive, the way we see them change. Yeah. This has brought some type of enlightenment. Don't be afraid to love people. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to experience love. And as you experience it, go deeper and deeper. Listen, be all into it. If somebody's wrong, do it. If somebody's not there, do it. But I promise you, a person who is walking in that frequency ain't afraid to get hurt because it's love that heals. So even if you get hurt, healing happens. Because you know what you got to hurt from, heal from? The love that you threw away. You know, that's what you heal from, is the love that you threw away. It's because when you left, before you left, see, the reason why we get so hurt that we need so much healing is because you waited until you hated that person. You despised him. You couldn't stand him. You was angry, oh, her. You was angered and you was resentful and all these things. And then you left. And that's what you gotta heal from, is those things that you experience. It's not love. Do you understand? See, if you had learned to love, you didn't have to heal. Hmm. It's a whole different, has a whole different insight. It's a whole different outlook in it. What you have to heal from is the thing that you have caused to stop loving. The hatred, the misery, the anger, the resentment. That's what you have to heal from. That's why when you leave in someone, don't wait until you know for a fact you can't move, because by the time you're ready to move, if you feel with anger and resentment, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You'll always go back home. You'll always go back because you can't go far. You can't go far with resentment and heavy spirit, anger, bitterness. You can't go far. You always find yourself back home. You always go back home. Can you? See, but love, when you hold on to the love, that's what keeps you free. That's why you say, I'm good. What happens, I'm good. Let me go. I'm out. It's the difference that we don't understand. That's the difference. You wait until the end. A person like me, I ain't got to go to the end. I already saw it. You should, I ain't got to wait for the end until my love is lost. I saw it. I know when it's not gonna. You know when it's not gonna work. Raymond, you know what I mean, Raymond? You know when it's not gonna work. You know when you're with somebody. You know when it's not gonna work. Why do you wait until the end? When you are bitter, when you're angry, miserable, and for this and that and this. By the time you can't go nowhere, exactly. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the beauty of it. That's the key. Not the answer. Diet. Take me. See, people don't understand that our beliefs construct the reality we live in. When we think they love us, life's great. When we don't, the same word is awful. I know life is great and life is awful. Only your perception of life changes. So I challenge you guys to love. I'm teaching my children to love, no matter what the world looks like, no matter what people do. Thank you, Miona. Thank you. I'm glad. You all, I hope you all have a blessed night. Listen, thank you all for giving likes to the video. I appreciate the likes. I thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Hera, I can't say your name, but thank you. Thank you, Yasmin. Happy. I can enjoy your content. I've learned so much from you. Thank you, Happiness My Way. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Sapphire. Hey, Juliana. Thank you. Look into Greg Broaden, the 7 Mirror. Okay. So Greg Broaden. Okay. You all. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for eavesdropping in my conversation. Thank you guys for being curious enough to stay and listen. I appreciate it. You know, sometimes I know I say things. Listen. I know for a fact I speak the things that is not the popular teachings. You know, I know it's not popular. I know my words are a little different, and I know I use humor sometimes, and I use a loud voice sometimes. But I mean well. I don't mean anything by it, so forgive me for anything. But um, I know I say things that people don't speak of. But my message is coming from an internal, this is your own responsibility. That's why I speak the way I speak. I'm putting this back in you. I'm putting this back on your court. I'm putting the ball back on your court because we give away all our power. We give up every single inch of our power. We can't love, we in fear, we this, we angry, we sick, our bodies are weak. All I'm giving you is the ball back in your court. Because the truth is, there's nothing out there. Nothing. It's only a perception. It's only an idea that you have on the outside. Everything is within you. Every single thing. And when you take back that power, you will see what I'm talking about. Because there's no fear, there's no hurt, there's no there's none of them things. Those things don't exist. That's what heaven is. That's why that's why the book says heaven is the kingdom of God is in thy midst. When you bring back everything to thy midst, you realize there's no more crime, there's no more death, there's no more pain. It's all life. Death don't exist there. That's why the kingdom of heaven is in thy midst. You. So all I do on my platforms, I take everything and give it back. Listen, you can't blame him. Don't blame her. Don't blame a narcissist. Don't blame a toxic person. Don't blame your mother. It ain't your father. It ain't your friend. It ain't your husband. It ain't your wife. Take it back. This is all you. This is all yours. It back. And when you learn to take it back, you begin to see the world differently. Nobody bothers you. Nobody bothers you. Nobody gets the best of you. Because I always forgive and see the good in people. Now I love that I forgive and I love easily and quickly. Yeah. Yeah, take it back. Take that stuff back. It's yours. You're giving this away. This is your experience. You only have one. You came here to have for one experience. Take it back. Take your experience and do as you please with it. But don't be miserable. What's the point? Imagine you are in Disneyland with your kids and you're only there for 2 days. Enjoy. Enjoy. Have a blast. Don't come here to be miserable. Enjoy. It's your experience. Here, leave the self-pity. I forget. Anytime you speak truth, you will be in the minority. I'm getting the silent treatment now because my boyfriend didn't want me to hold him accountable. He just has to get over it. Listen, man, your boyfriend, see, you can't hold somebody accountable. Holding them accountable don't work. They have to hold themselves accountable. That's when they fix themselves. You holding me accountable don't mean a damn thing. They must hold themselves accountable. That's when they understand. Only then can they understand. See, if I hold you accountable, you still don't know why I'm pissed off. You still don't know why I'm annoyed or angry. But when you hold yourself accountable, you don't do stupid crap because you understand accountability is a internal thing. It can't be external, only internal. So that man needs to be, or that woman needs to hold himself. Until he does that, you hold him, anything don't work. That's just something I have learned. I have learned that. Don't hold nobody. Let people hold themselves accountable. That's their stuff to bear. That's their burdens. That's their disease. That's their sickness. That is there to bear. Let people be accountable for their own shit. You carry your own shit. Ain't carrying your shit anymore. Because the truth is, you grown. You know what you're doing. You know. And you know one of the worst things is to having to tell another grown adult what they already know that they're doing wrong. Boy, that's an insult, ain't it? Having to tell another individual, a grown man, a grown woman, what they already know that they are doing wrong. Yeah, that's an insult. Oh, I gotta tell you, no, man, come on. Yeah, no, sir. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. You know what you were doing when you did it. Why you did it? Melita said, thank you so much, Melita. Melita said, beautiful people, please like, subscribe, and watch all the videos. Your life and love will change. I appreciate that, Melita. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Listen, I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, you might want to do it. If you're on IG, watch me. Go on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube because that's where I do most of my lives and my videos are on YouTube. My YouTube is Conscious Kirk, Conscious with a K. Hey, Jamaican Goddess, how you doing? Conscious with a K. Conscious Kirk is my YouTube handle. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. I will see you guys another time. Peace and love and a whole bunch of other stuff. All right. This still want to work.